topic of discussion here. And the first one we're going to do is measuring angles. Okay. And we measure angles with this lovely device that you have there, which is called a protractor. Now here is the first step that you need to do. First thing you need to do is to decide if the angle you are measuring, decide if it's acute or obtuse. So before you even touch your little protractor, what I want you to do is look at how many do you have angles do you have on your thing? You have 8 angles on this piece of paper. I want you to, in that little space right there, write whether an A for acute or an O for obtuse. And remember, acute means it's less than 90 degrees. Obtuse means it's bigger than 90 degrees. This angle here is obviously less, so you're going to put the letter A there. It has to be acute. This one's bigger than 90 degrees, so you're going to put O for obtuse. This one is an acute. This one is obtuse. And you fill in the rest. Do all 8. Let's make sure we're at least got the obtuse and acute angles. That's the most easy, very simplified form. Is that easy? This would be easier than even. Everybody got that? Okay. Then step number 2. This is where people go wrong. And you need a little bit of skill for step number 2 here. Because your protractors come in a wide range of sizes, and most of you have some pretty jumbo ones, step number 2 here, okay, you are going to have to extend at least one of the rays of the angle so that it is as wide as your protractor. And you have to do this with a straight edge. You can't do this freehand. How many in here do you think are going to try to do this freehand? At least 3 of you. And I'll go, there's no way that. Which means this, people. Your protractors, if you put them on your angle, neither one of these sides is long enough to go from this point all the way through the outside, which is what has to happen when we measure an angle. So you're going to have to take your protractor, or whatever straight line edge writing utensil you have, and you're going to have to do what I call to extend that line, which means you put it on here, draw right over top of this line, and make it longer. You could go on forever if you like, but just make it longer so that it will be at least as long, as wide as your protractor is. So for first one, for problem number 1, you are going to have to take this line right here and make it at least as long, as wide as your protractor is. So Grace is going to have to draw hers another, looks like another 2 inches or so. You can't draw it too long. So right now, do that with your straight edge. Hits that one. You actually have to put both hands on it so your protractor doesn't move. Let me do this one. This is one. The other one you're going to run out of paper for, so you got to make the one that you don't run out of paper for. You need to make a nice straight line there. Feel like one of them? Still doesn't. See, give away the nose. See how wide it is. Yeah, that's probably good. You can probably get that. Everybody extended that line there? Yes, that's the way to do it. That's it. Use a little straight edge. Oh! By the way, if you don't line up the line marks there and do it in some sort of strange angle, you're going to get something that's off. Make it straight, make it straight, make it straight. Alright, good. Let's proceed with step number 3. Here we go. Step 3. El número el preso. I guess that's number 3. You need to put the vertex of the angle into that whole thing. And I wish I could explain a little better than that because everybody's protractor is different. On your protractor, you will have this little thing right here. Some of you, it's not even a hole. Some of you, it's just like crosshairs, but most of you have a little pinhole there. If you don't know yours, and I thought I specifically set up my thing not to get those protractors with arms because they just mess people up. But you'll have to deal with that there. Tell me if you don't understand where the little hole of your protractor is. Everybody's kind of got one. That means this. You are going to move your protractor, and you are going to put the vertex of the angle into that hole there. All right? Good. Everybody seems to be following along with that. Perfect. You've done this before, so I don't know why I'm going to. Number 4. Haven't you?
No.
Oh, well, then you'll learn something new today. Number 4. You need to rotate your protractor so that I guess it'd be like this, so that both rays, well, I guess we gotta do one ray first. Well, no. So both rays go through the protractor and one ray, oh boy, lines up with your bottom line. You've heard of the bottom line before, haven't you? All right, you're gonna have to look up here because I cannot explain this any better than this, Lucy. Okay? Just watching the visual here is better than writing the words down here. I am going to rotate my protractor so that vertex stays right there in the middle of that protractor. But I need to spin it so that both of these things actually go through. I gotta do it from down here because I can't grab it up here. Okay, I need to rotate this like this. Okay, here's what has to happen. The vertex has to be in that hole, and this line of this angle has to match the line that is perpendicular or with the protractor there. Okay, so I need to spin this so that it is exact, just like that. Vertex, and then one line goes, some of you have lines, some of you it's just the bottom of your protractor, whatever it is, and then the other ray shoots through your protractor somewhere in the middle there. Good, good, yes. Vertex has to stay in the hole. Vertex has to stay in the hole. You have to line it up just like I did there. Got it? Yeah. Got it? Vertex is in the thing. Oh yes, so far so good. Everybody looks. Alright. Now, here's the deal. Well, let's just do this. So, and then step number 5. Okay. Look at the ray that goes through the middle of your protractor and decide which measurement is correct. And decide which measurement is right. And I'll show you what that means here. Here is where everybody goes wrong. I know my writing's a little crazy here. I'm going to blow mine up so you can see this here. Okay. And yours might be a little different because mine gets distorted when it gets put up on here. So yours may be off, mine might be off a little bit. But here's the deal. Take a look, see. You will notice, boys and girls, that there are two sets of numbers. You got this one on the outside and you got this one on the inside. Which one is right? You don't know until you figure out what those numbers are. In other words, this. So let's look at this one that goes between 90 and 100. If this is 90 and this is 100, what measurement would this line go through? Because it's not 100, it's one notch below 100, which would be what numbers between 90 and 100? That's one notch. Each one of these is worth 1. So this says it is, what do we say? Okay. Everybody agrees. This is going through there at 90. Ooh, yeah. 99 degrees. And then look at this one here. This one here, okay, this mark is between 80 and 90 on my protractor. And it's between 80 and 90, and it's one mark to the right. See, these marks go for that 82. So if it's one mark to the right, that would have to be how many degrees? Between 80 and 90. Here's 90. Here's 80. One mark to the right is 81 degrees. I get two measurements for every angle on my protractor. Which you're going to say, but how can that be? Somebody say that.
But how can that be?
Well, how that can be is because it depends on this reason here. We said that this angle is what? Acute or obtuse? Acute. If we said that is acute, which one of these angles does it have to be? Because one of these angles is obtuse and one is acute. Only one of these fits with what I said the angle was before. Okay? Which one of these is acute? 81 degrees acute or 99 degrees acute? Caleb? Yes. This angle has to be 81 degrees. It can't be 99. The other measurement comes from if my, wait, where'd it go? Sorry, hold on, wait. Okay, this other angle, that 99, comes from if my angle would have been this one that I was measuring. If I was measuring the line that went through there, and it was this degree here, if I would measure that angle there, that was the 99. But it wasn't. I was measuring the acute one. That's why I said it was acute. Boom. So the same thing is true when I measure this angle here. I'm going to get two possible answers, but only one of them is going to be obtuse. By the way, did yours end up being in the same place on yours, or was it 99 and 81? Okay, good. So let's do this in fast motion here. Okay. Now, which one am I going to extend on this one? I'm going to do this one because my other one runs off my paper and I don't have room, so I extend my line. Most of you already did that. I'm going to have to move mine. Okay, so fast motion here, everything we just did. There's my line extended. Get it to stay. It keeps going there, but I keep moving it. Okay, I slide my protractor. Okay, and I'm going to put it, because I want it to go through my line, I am going to rotate it this way. See, I got the vertex in the point. I lined up this side with that line that goes through my protractor. Try to get it as close as possible. That's probably as good as I'm going to get. I look to see here where it crosses my protractor. What are my two answers there? Somebody between 130 and 140. Actually, it looks like it's right exactly between that. What do you think that is? 131, 132, 133, 134, and 135. It's almost exactly between those two. So let's go 135. My one choice is 135 degrees, or my other choice is between 40 and 50. Here's 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 degrees. Looking at that angle there, which of those does it have to be? Is it 45 degrees or 135 degrees? Is it acute or obtuse? It is, that's an obtuse angle. And which one of those measurements is obtuse, Joseph?
The 135.
This has to be 135 degrees. It can't be 45 because 45 is a small angle. So go ahead, measure 3 and 4 for me and see what you get. And I will help you. If you don't quite get it, let me know and I will work with you a little bit there. Well, whichever one, this one it doesn't matter because they're both going to fit on the protractor. Let's see if I try to extend that one, that protractor's way out here. You can extend either one, you just want to pick the one so that your protractor works with that. It doesn't matter which line you extend, you can extend them both, it doesn't matter. But you want to try it because sometimes you're going to run out of paper. Measure number 3 and measure number 4 for me, please. Step number 1, which one is the extent? So number 9. Got it? So you say what? So you say this one. Do that one. This number 4. So now, I guess it did. You said how many degrees? Okay. Okay. You line up the inch. You don't have the line. Use the vertex line, and this is the line that you have to measure that all chop. So use the loop straight edge to do that because I'm not sure. Vertex. The other side. Number 3 and number 4. That's what you have to do. Place where this little iron goes, that's going to be much better. All right, one thing. So, I will do, let me blow this one off a little bit and see if we can't come up with some sort of figure there. If you extend this line here, you get something like that. My line's a little off. Let me catch this. Oh, no. Is that this one here? You put your protractor on this bad boy and where's it at? Put your protractor on this. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Why did it do that? Oh, it took the whole thing with it, sorry. There we go. So I put my protractor on it, I'm going to spin it. I think I have to spin it first because I ran out of real estate here. I'm going to spin it so that I think this side lines up right here. There's my vertex. I put my angle, line up this line with that one. I'm still a little off. I don't know if I got enough room to measure. Oh, I did. And this is where it should have crossed on yours. See how big we can make this. It crosses between 50 and 60. So this is 50, 51, 52, 53. Or it crosses between 120 and 130. Here's 120, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So 127 or 53 were my two choices. Is it an acute angle or obtuse? Acute or obtuse? It's acute, so it has to be 53. Now, if you have 55 or something close to 53, that's fine, because it's all about, like I said, this thing gets all distorted one way or another. So, let me get that. All right, go ahead and finish those on this sheet here, and we will take a look-see on that. If you're not getting the right answers, ask for some help there. Do all 5, 6, 7, and 8, please. We may have to continue with the drawing of angles tomorrow. That way maybe we can practice a little bit more.